Okay, so I didn't just want to show up on camera with what I'm wearing. I'll explain my reasons when I show it off, but let me just back up, because I didn't want to just freak anybody out who just kind of just clicked on this video. So anyway, if I back up. Yeah. So the reason why I got this it's literally just a cheap made outfit from eBay. The only reason why I got it was because of a little joke thing that's happening at a convention at some point in the future, when the pandemic does come to an end and when conventions are allowed to be a thing again. There's like sort of some kind of maid raid, and it's just a little sort of joke comedy thing that's going on. And also people seem to like this, so I just thought I'm up for trying some risky stuff. So yeah, let's give this a shot. Anyway, that's not why I'm making this video. So hey, it's Harry Husky, and just before I actually do go into this video, the only reason why I'm actually wearing this for this video is because I've been doing countless photos with this thing on, and I literally do not have the energy to take it off, so I'm gonna have to, well, I don't have to, but I'm just choosing just to be a bit risky and make the video while wearing this. The other thing I want to say before I get into this video, I did make a similar one to this over on my Harry Film Stuff YouTube channel, but there were some things I said in there that I probably should have said, and there are some points that I should have raised that I didn't, so yeah, let's just get on with this. Now, as I'm recording this video, it has been the day where our UK Prime Minister announced the fact that from July 19th, COVID restrictions will be abolished and there will be some easing on restrictions. Yeah, I've not actually seen the full press conference because I'm busy doing so much today, but I will check out. I have actually seen bits of it, and I cannot believe some of the stuff that our Prime Minister has said. I mean, the past, what has it been, 15 months now? We have been living through stuff that is definitely going to be going down in the history books. So if you've ever wondered what it was like being in school, stuff like World War II, the plague, any historical event you may have learned about in school, if you've wondered what it was like to be a part of, this is definitely it. This is history and we're living it, and hopefully we are edging closer to it being history. So basically what's happened is that Boris has announced that from July 19th there will be some restrictions being lifted, mainly involving masks and social distancing. So those things will not be mandatory, they will be non-mandatory, but they can be optional for some people. But if I'm being honest, given how the way things have been going in terms of the infection rate, it's a pretty dumb thing to do in my eyes. Because whatever the data is for cases, hospitalisations and deaths, for the day before I will put this video out, this is it. Looking at this, I feel like that lifting masks and social distancing on July 19th will be the wrong thing to do, especially what it's a lie ahead for the summer in terms of the crowds of people. There's going to be plenty of opportunity for COVID super spreaders. Although the thing I will say about the data is that in terms of the hospitalisations and the deaths, there doesn't look to be as many as there were when we were getting this number of infections back in the likes of October, September or whenever. So whenever we last had this amount of cases, if I recall correctly, I do not think we had this amount of hospitalisations, because we feel that, basically I'm just going to show you this graph here, and just by looking at this we can see that hospitalisations and deaths has been not really as high as it has been the last time the UK had seen the amount of cases like this. And also with fewer people being hospitalised and fewer people who are dying of COVID, and as well as COVID related illnesses, this is evidence that vaccination is working, that vaccination is the gateway out of this pandemic. Now, as someone who has had the vaccine myself, I can safely say I'm fine, I've had no issues. Although I did actually start sleeping a lot better at night, which I can't actually complain about because my sleep pattern was a total mess. So I'm actually kind of thankful for whatever the vaccine, whatever was in it. I shouldn't probably say that actually. The thing is, right, I'm actually trying to be very careful with what I say because I don't want people to get on the wrong side of whatever I may say, and I don't want this to be some kind of bait for anti-vaxxers or anti-maskers or whatever. But the thing about masks and social distancing is that although these will not be mandatory the day after this video goes out, I do feel that there are some places that could still potentially be enforcing this, which is understandable, and I do feel there are a lot of people who continue want to wearing masks, which I honestly can't blame you. There's a very high chance that I will probably be one of those people myself, because The reason I may continue to wear a mask is not so much to protect myself, because even though I have had my first dose of the Pfizer vaccine, it's more about protecting others rather than protecting myself. Like, there's potentially somebody out there who may not have had the COVID jab yet. They may not have had the chance to get it, they may not have just wanted it. I'm not willing to put myself in the position where I'm the person who could have been responsible for passing COVID onto them. The other problem with lifting masks and social distancing is all these anti-maskers, the anti-vaxxers, and also, like I may have said in the previous video, you can always tell if they are one of those people, whether they're anti-vaxxer, anti-masker, or conspiracy theorist, or anything that opposing COVID guidelines, or anything that they have turned into a political issue. They always have the exact same words and phrases used to describe them. Stuff like the narrative, propaganda, virtue signalling, tyranny. The list is somewhere there, but they're obviously also very connected, because anything that literally speaks positive about the vaccine and tells why you shouldn't worry, they're obviously so connected in a way that all of these videos ended up getting dislikes so much more than they do likes, because these people literally sniff out for any video that speaks good about the vaccine, and there you have it. They all flock to the video, hit the dislike button, and I don't think I need to comment any more on that. Going to the anti-maskers, a lot of people have still been refusing to wear them. Taking what's been happening in America, for example, like, I know, of course, I'm not generalising Americans. I have so many American mutuals and I have so many American friends, so obviously I know you're not like this. I know most Americans are better than this, but there are some Americans out there who refuse to wear a mask because, as I quote, and it's their words, not mine, it is their constitutional right as a free American to not wear a mask. The thing is, right, we have had these people all over the world. Like, they refuse to wear a mask because it infringes their human rights. They refuse to wear a mask because they claim that they're medically exempt, even though, actually on the subject of that, the sunflower lanyard. For those who don't know what the sunflower lanyard is, I'll leave this description on the screen so you can get the idea of how it originated, where it came from, and what it is used for. Now, this came into place in the pandemic, where people would wear them to indicate that they are exempt from wearing a face mask due to medical conditions. But some people have actually been forging them. As far as I'm aware, people have actually been going out easily buying these lanyards and faking exemption cards, just walking into a store, no problem. Yes, so we are absolutely screwed with all these restrictions being lifted on July 19th. Although since they have lifted these restrictions, like I said, the day before I've just put this video out, or sometime maybe before I put the video out, I do feel that even though, yeah, masks and social distancing may be a thing of the past for now, but public health importance should be at an all-time high, since COVID-19 will still be a public health emergency. One thing I can think of to reduce the spread of COVID-19 and also to reduce the severity of COVID-19 is to have some form, like places like events, literally any place where there's going to be a high capacity of people, should have this mandatory thing where you have to show some form of proof that you have been vaccinated, whether it be your vaccination card or digital passports, which I know the conspiracy theorists are probably going to come after me, but let me tell you, these things will not trap you into a digital slavery. These passports are not going to be here forever. When the pandemic is considered over, and when COVID-19 is no longer a public health emergency, and when it's not even a public health concern, then there surely shouldn't be any need for COVID passports. So they're not going to be here forever. You're fine. You don't need to worry. And they do not want to collect your data from this. They do not want to enslave you. They do not want to treat you like cattle. So please just don't worry about this. You're fine. But as these restrictions are lifted, I feel like that every single one of us on the planet has a duty. All of us need to cooperate. All of us need to work together. We all get the jab, stop the spread, stop the severity, we save lives. Literally anything we can do, whether that be continuing to wear face masks, whether that could be continuing to social distance from others. Even though these things are not mandatory, if they are advisory in some places, then I guess that, yeah, I'm sorry, let me just try that one more time. If there is going to be a place where you are told to wear a mask and told to social distance, that is the events or the property's decision. So if you were told to do any of these things, just do it. But going into the future, we need to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. I cannot go through anything like this again. I've been suffered long enough since the first lockdown. I was suffered really badly. Ad revenue on some of my other YouTube channels dropped down to a massive lower fraction of what it used to be, and I was earning very little through the pandemic. And I will be honest, since things have been opening up, there are certain fields where I have been a little bit miserable because of the universal credit benefit scheme that I'm currently on, because I'm running a small business I'm still building up. But I'm just going around with circles with the support I've been getting. I've literally been going through the same thing over and over again. But that's going off topic. And what I will say is, we need to try and make global pandemics a thing of the past. We need to stop hiding from the rest of the world what is going on. If there is an outbreak, we need to tell the world. We need to have the world prepared. We need to have this world know what's coming so we can stop it before it actually does happen. We need to teach about this in schools, because I didn't even know about the Spanish flu until this pandemic began. And even worse, my GP didn't even know anything about it. There are people who I've met in the medical field who don't even know about the Spanish flu until they found out about this pandemic, until the pandemic happened. So yeah, we need to teach these events, whether like the Spanish flu or this pandemic, they need to be mandatory in schools, because if we do that, we can teach the next generation to stop something like this from ever happening again. So, with all that being said, I've literally just thrown every single word I can possibly throw out of my mouth for this. So, hope you're doing alright, and yeah, the nightmare will be over very soon. Just hope you're doing well. So, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye, and good health. Mwah.